Good morning, Mets fans, and welcome to a Tuesday morning edition of Driving with Mr. Met. I am Mr. Met, and as expected, the Mets started out their series in San Diego with a W. And I say as expected because Jacob deGrom was on the mound, and he's pitched brilliantly this season, and last night was no exception. So if there is anything close to resembling a sure thing on the 2017 Mets, it is Jacob deGrom. Jake has been absolutely, positively dominant over the last 2 months. He's boasted 8 consecutive wins. That ties a Mets franchise record with Tom Seaver, David Cone, and Bobby Jones. What else can you say about Jake? Just watching him go out there, the team plays with such a higher level of confidence when Jacob deGrom is on the mound. It's almost like watching two different teams. And I mentioned this the other day about the team playing sort of down behind the B pitchers, and I think it's true. I really do. I think that they just play a much crisper level of baseball, both offensively and defensively, when Jacob deGrom is on the mound. But a win last night. Got a little bit sketchy toward the end of the game. Addison Reed closed it out and successfully did so, but not before scaring all of us and kind of making us feel like, oh, you know what, there it is. Things were going too well for 7 days. Something bad has to happen. And something bad sort of did happen yesterday. I'll get to that in a second. But as far as Reed goes, he ended up getting the job done and retiring the side despite putting a few guys on base and getting the tying run to the plate. The bad news was that Zach Wheeler went on the disabled list yesterday. I don't even know that this is really bad news. Wheeler has struggled quite a bit of late. And, despite getting off to a good start this year, he's sort of faltered a great bit, and he could probably use the 10 days off. The injury explanation is sort of funny. Twitter had a good time with it. It is what it is. I think the Mets just make up injuries anymore. They should just say mental health break when they want to put a pitcher on the DL who's been struggling. Because mental health is a serious thing. And, I bet you any money MLB could not stop that from happening because the Players Union could interfere with that. So that's interesting. But anyway, the game last night, Wilmer Flores hits another home run. He's been looking really, really good. And Ronnie made a really good point about Wilmer this year. The comment that he was making literally like 20 seconds before he hit his home run was that Wilmer has played more this year against right-handers and has played pretty well, to the point where it's almost made his splits, righty-lefty splits, kind of even out. And then Wilmer hit a home run, but he does have a point. Wilmer has had more at-bats against right-handed pitching, and he has improved. He has adjusted, and maybe those adjustments did cause him to lose something that made him dominant against lefties. So the other interesting part from last night's game was the fact that both starting pitchers, that's deGrom and Clayton Richard, who I've always really liked, both of them pitched into the 8th inning. And you just never see that anymore, It's like very, very rare that you see two starting pitchers go that deep into a game against one another. You could probably count on one hand the number of times a starting pitcher goes into the 8th inning across every game in Major League Baseball on a daily basis. And last night, the Mets and Padres both sent their pitchers out to complete 8 innings, so that was kind of cool too. So that's it for today's video. Seth Lugo on the mound tonight, rather. Hoping to continue this trend of the deGrom Lugo 1-2 punch, win and a win. So we'll be watching the game tonight, and tomorrow morning I'll be more tired than I am now, but bringing a recap of the game. So again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you're not already doing so, you can follow me on Twitter at Mr_Met. And as always, let's go Mets.